Welcome to Frederick at its best. I'm Frederick County Executive Jan Gardner. Today we're gathered to talk about emergency preparedness, as September is National Preparedness Month. The theme for National Preparedness Month in 2018 is Disasters Happen, Prepare Now, Learn How. This month is the perfect time for businesses and residents to do their part to keep our communities safe by preparing for emergencies and developing practical responses before disaster happens. During Emergency Preparedness Month, the Frederick County Division of Emergency Management and all of our preparedness partners will sponsor a community preparedness seminar, participate in Preparedness Night at the Frederick Keys, and launch a new public service announcement about preparedness. The main messages are how to prepare before an emergency, what to do during an emergency, and how to recover after. Here are some of the pointers on how to be prepared before an emergency. Know the possible risks and danger signs. Ensure that you have the proper insurance coverage. Develop an emergency plan both at home and at where you work. Assemble a disaster supply kit. Stay informed and be ready to help others. During an emergency, you'll have to put that plan into action, which is why you need to have the plan in the first place. Be ready to help and assist others. Follow the advice and guidance of officials who are in charge of the response for that particular emergency. Recovery after an incident is just as important. Make sure you evaluate your home and your property for damage, repair any damage that you can prepare to keep the property safe, and take steps to prevent or reduce future losses. Being prepared can reduce fear, anxiety, and actual losses that accompany a disaster. Make sure you have an emergency kit. Every home emergency kit should include the following: 3 to 7 day supply of water for each individual in the household, and ready-to-eat non-perishable foods. And every so often you should check on your supplies and make sure you refresh those items. Don't forget to include a manual can opener, a battery-powered radio, which I think is the single most important thing so that you can hear what emergency officials are saying, a flashlight, extra batteries, and a change of clothing. The kit should also have first aid supplies, prescription and non-prescription medications, and copies of any important documents. After you make a plan, discuss it with your family members and your neighbors. Don't forget to make special plans for elderly family members or people with disabilities. Identify 2 meeting places, one near your home and one outside the area, in case it's not possible to return home. And remember to make a plan for your pets too. Many people don't want to leave their home in an emergency because they don't know what to do with their pets. So it's very important to have a plan and know what you will do with your pet. Select a person outside the area to be your emergency contact and have everyone report to that person so that you know everyone is safe. In Frederick County, we face year-round dangers from thunderstorms, flash floods, and dangerous flooded roads. And our county and region experienced some of the most severe storms we've ever encountered during May of this year. Heavy rain and life-threatening floods caused widespread damage. More than 60 motorists were rescued when they were stranded in rising waters. According to emergency management officials, heavy rain during the storm brought over 7 inches of rain to some parts of our county in just a few hours. In a 5-hour time period, the county's Emergency Communications Center, or 911, received more than 300 calls for assistance. The Division of Public Works also always jumps into action to clear debris and open roads so that citizens can get where they need to go. I want to thank all of our emergency responders, fire and rescue, law enforcement, our 911 communication staff, public works crews, and everyone who works hard to help the county recover from these storms. As a reminder, after these severe storms and all year long, never drive through standing water. Turn around, don't drown is more than a slogan. It is something that can save your life. You can also always check the Frederick County government website for road closures, and they do happen frequently, not just with construction, but with flooding and other incidents. The road closures can be found at the county webpage, which is frederickcountymd.gov/road closures. So now I do have a proclamation for National Preparedness Month that I'd like to share. Whereas National Preparedness Month is an opportunity to raise awareness about the importance of emergency preparedness and to encourage all Americans to better prepare their homes and communities for emergencies, and whereas residents and businesses can prepare themselves for emergencies by taking simple steps such as organizing an emergency supply kit, making a personal preparedness plan, become informed about different threats that may exist where you live, and getting involved in preparing the community. These activities create a culture of preparedness and will help to save lives. And whereas this month is also an opportunity to pay tribute to America's first responders who put themselves at risk for the safety of their fellow citizens. These brave police officers, firefighters, and emergency service personnel exemplify the compassion and commitment that help to strengthen our country. During National Preparedness Month, we encourage all Americans to do their part, to get involved, to make sure their community is well prepared. So now, therefore, as the County Executive of Frederick County, Maryland, I hereby proclaim September 2018 as National Preparedness Month in Frederick County and commend this observance to all of our citizens. So with that, I'll pass the microphone and I'll start off with our sheriff.
Good morning, Frederick County Sheriff Chuck Jenkins, and just to remind the public that a piece of what we do every single day in the Sheriff's Office is work on planning for emergency preparedness and response to mitigate loss of life and property in Frederick County. And I would invite the public out to the Law Enforcement Center next week. I think it's the 30th for our open house, and we will have on display all the government agencies in Frederick County that work with us in planning. So again, it's important the public recognize the importance of what we do here in Frederick County.
Lieutenant Bruce DeGrange, I'm the commander of the Professional Services Division for the Frederick Police Department, and we intend to continue our partnerships with both the county, state, and local level partners that we work with on a daily basis, and we also do joint trainings regarding emergency preparedness.
Captain Brian Brown with the Brunswick Police Department. Obviously, as a small town, we need to be just as prepared as anyone else, especially with the heavy rains lately. We've had a lot to deal with there, our Public Works Department as well as the Police Department. So we also plan to continue our partnerships with the other agencies in the Department of Emergency Preparedness to always stay diligent and make sure that we are prepared. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Barbara Brookmeyer. I'm the director of the Frederick County Health Department, and so the mission of the Health Department is to promote, protect, and prevent, and it certainly applies to National Preparedness Month. So all year long, we also work on developing plans, strengthening plans, and exercising or testing those plans for addressing the public's health needs during a public health event or other event. I would also like to add, in addition to the good recommendation to make a kit and make a plan to reconnect with family members, something that is helpful all year long, regardless of the weather, is if you take medications or family members take medications, please write down what those medications are, the names and the dosage and how often you take it, because it can be helpful for personal emergencies in addition to weather-related emergencies. Thank you.
My name is Gabriel Wisner. I'm a student intern at the Health Department with Dr. Brookmeyer, and I am excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Kevin Fox, Director of Volunteer Fire Rescue Services. Our volunteers have been very active this summer with the precipitation that we've had. Many of our special operations teams have been active responding to flooding emergencies and such. As always, with preparedness, we're always looking for volunteers. If you'd like to volunteer operationally or administratively, please contact our Gear Up coordinator at 301-600-2281. Thank you.
I'm Chief Tom Owens, Director of Fire Rescue Services for Frederick County. And one of the messages I would share with the community is that all emergencies are local and preparedness is a personal responsibility. You heard the county executive quote the numbers of responses that we experienced in a short period of time from the heavy rains this past spring and summer. And the message here is to understand that in those conditions, our response assets become extremely stressed and our response times become longer. So we really depend on our citizens to be as prepared as they can for self-help. And it's encouraged to understand that there are many resources either through county or national websites to provide you with guidance on how to better prepare yourself and your family when an emergency does occur.
Thank you. Turn it over to Jack. Oh, you want to be last? Yeah. All right, there you go.
I'm Patty Mullins, the Public Information Coordinator for the City of Frederick, and in my office we spend a lot of time trying to make sure we get the message out to where it needs to be. So one of the things that I don't think I've heard mentioned is please sign up for the alerts that are available from our various agencies. You'll find an easy link to sign up for those on the county website or on the city website. We direct you to that link. The city website is www.cityoffrederick.com. So please find a way to stay alert.
Hi, I'm Melissa Muntz. I'm with Visit Frederick, the Tourism Council of Frederick County, and we just want to express our appreciation for Frederick County's continued support in working with us to make sure that not just Frederick's residents are safe, but also any visitors that may not be familiar with the area continue to be safe.
I am Rowan Brown, Emergency Management Planner. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mary Chismar. I'm an emergency manager with the Department of Defense.
Hi, I'm Andrew Goodrich. I'm the Chief of Emergency Management for the U.S. Army's Medical Research Institute for Infectious Disease, and I would just remind, as a part of preparedness, to have documents, vital records that you would help you and your family recover after an incident.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Ron Kunz, and I'm the Emergency Manager for the Frederick National Labs for Cancer Research, as well as the National Cancer Institute here in Frederick. And I would ask everyone to take this opportunity, especially during September Preparedness Month, to seek out your emergency management or your emergency preparedness officials, not only in your community, but at work. Bring those questions, bring those concerns. There's plenty of material available for us to share with everyone, and we definitely like to talk. So seek us out and ask those questions. Thank you.
Dennis Dudley, I'm the Director of the Department of Emergency Preparedness for Frederick County, and I can only reiterate what the county executive said. You really need to make a plan, have the supplies you need in an emergency so that you don't become part of the problem in an emergency. First responders can't get to you sometimes, so being prepared to take care of yourself for a certain amount of time is very important. And we're very lucky in this county. We have very strong partnerships with all the agencies and all the first responders, and everybody works well together.
Lieutenant Wayne Walksmith, the Frederick Barrett Commander for the Maryland State Police, and we are just very supportive of this initiative and all of our allies, and are here to provide any support that we can.
Thank you. I'm Jack Markey. I'm the Director of Emergency Management for Frederick County, and to keep on message, our three things that we ask are to be informed, to plan ahead, and to take action. And what you see on the stage here, along with the county executive and the sheriff, are a small segment of the team that works together every day on behalf of Frederick County, whether it's Frederick County Public Schools, whether it's our universities, our businesses, our government agencies. We are action-oriented, and every day of the year we're working together to try to find ways to more efficiently and more effectively be ready to respond to our citizens. This is not a problem that's a municipal government problem or a county government problem or a state government problem or a federal government problem. And what you see across the stage is an example of that cross-section. We all need to work together, but most importantly, we need the residents and the businesses to take seriously their role so that we can do a good job supporting them. And so with that, I know the Sheriff's Office, Fire Department, Maryland State Police, Health Department, we all have examples of where we reach out to our peers in other counties. We provide services sometimes, as the Sheriff's Office and others did for the Baltimore unrest. Sometimes when the flooding is occurring, we're calling on resources from Virginia, from Pennsylvania, from West Virginia. So that work happens every day of the year by your government to ensure we're ready to serve you. And thanks to all these partners for bringing their assets to the table and making sure that Frederick remains a safe county.
Thank you very much. I certainly want to thank all of our emergency partners who have joined us here today and all those who are not here, but work together very collaboratively to keep our community safe. We're very fortunate to have such excellent, outstanding professionals who really are dedicated to public safety and keeping all of us in our community safe. But you, as a citizen, do have a responsibility to make sure that you are well prepared, that you do your part both at home and at your workplace. And I want to remind people to talk about safety and emergency preparedness with their children. There are children who are often at home at the end of the day without a parent, and they need to know what they should do should an emergency happen. Children in school need to be directed by their parents to make sure that they follow the direction of school officials and law enforcement, should law enforcement be on the scene. So I think it's very important to talk to your children to make sure that you're prepared not just for a fire drill, but for all the other emergencies that can happen in our community, many of which are weather related. So I will remind you, it's already been mentioned, but to sign up for the alerts, and then you'll be able to get emergency information. And it's really very easy to do. Go to our webpage, frederickcountymd.gov/alert. You can also sign up through the City of Frederick's webpage as well. And with that, be prepared. Thank you for joining us for Frederick at its best.